And here we have your mom's favorite tag team, Jeremy Hastings and Matt Sunshine Smith. Matt Smith was a late replacement in this tournament. He came in today definitely not unprepared, definitely a veteran, definitely a man ready to make an impact, but he did not expect to be in this ring tonight. And we'll see if that plays any factor in how this night goes down.
And that's going to be interesting to see the chemistry and to see to be able the strategy of how they're going to execute, how they're going to react, and how they're going to work together.
Yeah, because it does seem like the Catch Cowboys, they seem to be a very focused team, a very solid team, a very consolidated strategy team. But these are two men who weren't planning on being together like this, so we'll just kind of see if they have that instant match, that good chemistry, and if they're able to make up for the lack of preparedness, which is pure old-fashioned talent and guile.
And you said it best, Nick. You said solid. These guys at Catch Cowboys, man, they are some big dudes. It's going to be interesting to see muscle over technique, muscle over experience, and here we go.
And that's the thing, because in tag team action, there are no weight classes individually, but between the two of them, they can weigh up to 550 pounds. And looking at Catch Cowboys, I feel like they are on the nose of that.
Let's go.
Ooh, and we're right out of the gate per a lot of high pressure. But I do not want to be the man in charge of having to push somebody like Brandon Ruiz around. That is a solid man with some solid balance and some very, very aggressive skills.
And up and down.
Oh,
goes
boy.
to the back.
Yep, immediately going for the back. Not able to get the hooks, but he still is maintaining the top position. Oh, that is some impressive scrambling to get back to the feet off of that. And they have broken hold, and we've got a tag, and Star-Lord is coming in.
For both teams.
A lot of respect again. Definitely a size disadvantage for your mom's favorite tag team, but sometimes size isn't everything, like we saw in that triple threat.
Yeah, you're right.
And we'll see whether over the course of 3 falls, we're getting a little bit of gamesmanship, a little cockiness, trying to be a little irritating. Definitely need to watch those heads because, oh boy, butting can be an issue there. Ooh, tried to go with that.
Quick take to the back.
Almost ended up. Ooh,
there it is. Got that leg lock.
Oh boy.
Deep.
That lays deep, but he's going to have to go for a rope break. He saved his leg doing that.
And another quick tag.
And this is a situation where we are doing 2 out of 3 falls, the dos de tres, and that can build strategy. But it also comes down to the physical aspect of things. Will the big men wear down and the little men pick up their speed? Will the little men just be out muscled and wear down on their front? There are, once again, so many little variables in this game, and one little mistake, one little misjudgment can cost you everything.
This would be a great time for him to tag up and use that advantage for that 5 count.
Yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, that's something I did not consider because, yes, they were right there in the corner. That would have been a great position because you think it's tough having a man that size on you. Well, let's put a man another size on you and have you wear him down even more. Because, again, this has to be something where you have to think, I have to do this again almost immediately. I'm not going to get the rest that Strangle City is going to get. So these guys have to start thinking a little bit more strategy and a little less grandstanding. Once again, we do have some aggressive behavior because we are working on those tie-ups. We are being very active on the feet, but once again, we don't have a lot of time. We are dealing with 5-minute rounds. We are working with a 2 out of 3 falls format. So they're doing a lot of feeling around. Oh, and as soon as I start talking trash about a lack, we have another rope break.
And a quick tag by both teams. So here we go, keeping the fresh guy in.
Yep, we are getting some fresh guys, but once again, we do have a size disadvantage. We are going to see some aggressive behavior. Hopefully we'll be, thinking more strategy for in the ring because they are doing the right thing for Catch Can rules, which is keeping things in the middle, keeping things right in the middle. But now we're starting to back people back into
and there's a quick tag, and they're going to take advantage of it.
And you notice he quickly retreated, but this is such a bigger man.
He's got
that in deep, but he's out of bounds. He's out of bounds, but there was a tap.
He got it.
There was a tap on the butt. And like we've talked about, every time that move gets put into position, if you've ever watched Sakuraba versus Renzo Gracie, or Sakuraba versus Royler Gracie, he ended up putting arm bars on a lot of Gracies, a lot of Brazilians back in those days. But that shows the effectiveness and the danger of a hold like that with that rolling catch wrestling Kimura, because if you're doing that to a Gracie, that shows how dangerous that is. That shows how unexpected that is. So it's something where you get caught at a Kimura, you don't have that big extension to worry about. It's literally just shifting your thumb from the front of your hip to the back of your hip, and you're done.
And you're there, yeah. You're in that position. And like you said, it comes so quick. We've seen him take a shot, and before you know it, he was in that position and ready to tap.
So they've maybe learned a lesson, maybe gained a little confidence, but we have the second one ready to go. And they're so excited to get to this. They don't even want to wait out the 1 minute. If you want to know how long 1 minute can be, sit across from somebody whose butt you want to kick and have to wait out that full 60 seconds.
You're ready to go. You do not want to wait.
And there's the bell. They're coming back out. A little bit of respect. These are, once again, very, very competitive men, but respectful men, despite any sort of showboating or theatrics on their entrances. And they are working hard. Oh, he's got that leg, but it's showing great balance, staying on the feet. And now they're going to have to the double team. So we're going to be able to go right for that
right
neck.
To it.
Oh.
Great job of realizing where he was.
Oh, yeah, that was great ring awareness, because he went right for that neck, and he hung right on for that rope break.
And that busted him open. As you can see, he's leaking a little bit.
It happens. Those ropes aren't soft, and those blades of those forearms aren't soft. So it's real easy to catch an eyelid, an eyebrow, a nose, a lip on something that's going to tear it wide open. But you just got to put that in the back of your mind. Just think, we'll super glue that shut later. But for now, I got a match to win.
Yep. We'll see how much it does affect him, especially being right above his eye.
Oh, yeah, because it does become a worry, because it can lead to a stoppage.
It does. Tried to go for a quick leg sweep there and was not able to catch it. Now again, they're in the corner. Great job of using the advantage of the tag.
Yeah, they are being very good at getting people getting the opponent into the corner for the double team. They just haven't been able to really do much with it. I don't feel like they went over a lot of strategies for it the way Strangle City did. But once again, even if all you're doing is putting an extra 240 pounds on a man for 5 seconds in a combat sport, that's going to sap his energy. That's going to take his endurance away, and that can pay dividends down the road.
It wears on you.
But now we got a fresh man in, but we're just not seeing the kind of explosive. Not sure what just happened here.
And what's to stop them from using that two-man advantage in the corner continuously from a tag?
There is nothing stopping them. I mean, unless you have a strategy built around it, though, the way we saw Strangle City do. Oh, we got an eye poke here. Oh, that does happen, unfortunately. It's unintentional, and it sucks that it happens. But, oh, boy, that never feels good.
But you see it all the time, right? It's
part
of the sport.
You do, and it's just unfortunate. But hopefully they'll just need a second to get his get his eyes focused, and they'll get back to it. But again, we are seeing a big size and strength advantage / disadvantage in this matchup, and I just don't see a lot of strategy from the smaller men on how to make that work for them. We're not seeing strategies based on, dropping and looking for sweeps. We're not seeing strategies based on going low for those ankle picks. We're not seeing the type of strategy you would need to compete against a bigger opponent with that type of strength advantage. So even though in the tie-ups it is kind of being neutral, we're just not seeing them able to put much together as far as something that'll mean something for a finish or to take the points away for a win at the end. And they're also blowing a lot of energy. I hate reiterating this so much, but after this, they got to face the very fresh Limb Reapers, and they're blowing their energy left and right, dragging this one out.
And you can see the strategy for both teams is not so much taking shots, but a lot of arm drags, right?
Yeah,
a lot of arm drags for both teams.
Yeah, they are very much, even though this is a tag team match, you see them competing as singles competitors in a tag team. They're not thinking as a team. They're thinking as individual men doing individual matches with the occasional tag team. the strategy behind it. Just I don't see it here the way I did in the previous match. Not to take anything away from these men, but I just feel like whoever wins still loses because they're going to have blown so much extra energy.
It is a lot of energy exerted. Now we can see them using it back in the corner, and this is, again, a great time to use that two-man advantage. Now here it is. There's a tag for himself.
Oh, and a big takedown off. Oh, just put the weight on it. Put the weight on it there. He's able to maintain the pin.
Now, see, there's some confusion there because he didn't realize the guy has been tagged for a while.
Oh, and a great reversal,
watch his neck.
And almost had that reversal, almost had that sweep. And that type of chaos is just what's allowed during that 5-second count for the double team. It can be very dangerous. You could be sitting on top of a man in the most dominant position. Guy runs up behind you, puts you in a toe hold, and that's that. There's nothing you can do about it. Them's the rules. And here we have a little bit of great offense from your mom's favorite tag team. We're seeing them being able to use that speed to their advantage and going for good positions and good submissions.
And I feel the longer the match goes on, the more that it's going to lean into the favor of your mom's favorite team.
I agree 100% because the big men, they can wear down. They have a bigger body. They're carrying around, I'm going to guess, probably 50 pounds more than their smaller competitors. And the deeper that goes, the more that feels like carrying a backpack full of rocks compared to the guy you're up against.
And you can see the quickness and the agility of your mom's favorite team when they're in there. They just look a lot quicker. And you're right. It seems like the Catch Cowboys are kind of wearing down.
And there's still more to go. So we still have more of this match, and I just feel the momentum is shifting. It's shifting from the power to the speed. We're going from the Catch Cowboys with their just very good base, their strength, their power, and then shifting over to your mom's favorite tag team who have that speed, who have that agility, and have been able to look for and grab a lot of submission holds in that previous frame that we didn't see in the first. And I'm going to guess we're going to see a lot more of that going into the next.
Yes, sir.
So even if they're not able to, say, secure the submission win or the pin win, there's a chance they're going to be able to pull this out on points and hopefully still have the energy to keep that momentum going up into the finals. But again, this is a Catch Can rules grappling match, and that means anything can happen and anything will happen. And here we come out for the next round. You know, these 5 minutes, once again, like we've discussed, 5 minutes can feel like nothing when you're trying to put strategy together, and it can feel like an eternity when you're getting tired.
And we're starting to see hands on knees.
And this is why it becomes, tried for a fancy sweep, but he did not pay the price for it. His opponent might not have known what to do with it. Oh, another nice little sweep
just power
there.
Right there.
Oh, that is power, but the power's still there. And we got the double team.
Yep,
but again, they don't seem to know what to do with the double team. It's just simply a bum's rush, if you will. But he's still being aggressive, but now they're going into the other corner, and they're not trying to double team. They're not going for the tag.
But you can see the agility in him, and that's going to wear down on Catch Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, they are definitely
he is moving
the momentum. The momentum is officially in their corner. But like I said, I'm becoming concerned because the Catch Cowboys are not using the corner rules to their advantage. They're getting a little bit pushed around. They're being outworked, and they're not taking advantage because they can use their size ×2 to really put some weight on somebody, really put them into a bad position so the single competitor can maybe finish them off. But again, these are two teams that are not competing as teams. They're competing like two singles competitors in a tag team match. This is a hard thing to prepare for. This is a hard thing to practice for because this is the first time it's ever been done. So there's a lot of room for error and a lot of room for growth because everybody in that ring would 100% whoop my butt, whoop your butt, and whoop the butts of everybody watching around the side. They are some tough men, But once again, sometimes toughness isn't enough. Strategy has to come into play. Smarts has to come into play. And you just don't think about one little aspect of the match, and that could be it for you.
And we've seen Catch Cowboys take that first round. Second round, there was really no one who took that. But I think that they really have to have a definitive win on this one. To be able to let it go down to the decision, I think they have to get a fall, a submission, some kind of definitive win for your mom's favorite team to be able to put this in anyone's hands.
And I do not envy the judges if this does go to a judge's decision, because we have not seen any definitive point deductions for the most part. We have not seen high amplitude throws where you are thrown where your feet go over your hips. We have not seen rope breaks off of submissions, but we may see one here in a minute because that looks awfully tight. Oh, and out of bounds.
Almost sends him out of the ring.
Good reactions on his side. But yeah, if this does go to a judge's decision, no one's going to be happy with that. Nobody wants to lose a decision that could go either way. So I'm hoping to see something definitive happen here.
You hear right there, 2 minutes, so the time is running down. And he's just too big.
Yeah, anybody who's wrestled, anybody who's grappled knows that your best move sometimes just hit a brick wall when you have somebody that much bigger, that much stronger. And now it's one of the first times we've really seen them think as a team, going for that double team. But it just doesn't seem like they're doing a whole lot with it, or can do a whole lot with it. He was very smart. He knew he was about to be double teamed, so he just stuck his head down and hugged very tightly to not give up his neck or his arms in any way.
Great takedown. That's just pure power.
That was just a steamroll. But now we got a double team, so it becomes meaningless. Yeah, people forget the niceties. People forget the details. Got to be you got to hold on to that rope. It's got to be over the top of the rope. It can't be under. That gives you a couple extra inches, which it cannot be fair. But hey, sometimes we've all wished for a couple extra inches. Am I right?
You're right about that, my man. It's going to be interesting to see if he has any burst left to get maybe one more takedown.
Yeah, because there is not a lot of time, but there's enough time to finish it if you got something up your sleeve. But it just seems like everybody kind of comes from a strategic point of wear them down, suck them down, work on position, not an explosive submission hold, except for that Kimura we saw earlier.
We're coming down to it. I'm probably saying about maybe less than a minute left to see who's going to end up going to the finals.
Yeah, because we do have one definitive, beautiful submission hold fall in all this. But other than that, it's been very close, and it could be argued either way. They really need to watch those heads because they are butting. They are butting quite a bit. We don't want to see anybody getting busted open. We don't want to see anybody getting cut.
There we go.
And that was
what a match.
That was what a match. They win, lose, draw, who cares? These men left it all in the ring. They did not hold anything back. We can see there's a little bit of disappointment on some faces because nobody wants to win or lose on a decision. This is one of those matches where you could make a very strong argument for a rematch at the next show.
Yeah, you definitely can. And Catch Cowboys take it.
Catch Cowboys move on. But